Hello there. All right. After 431 votes, I think it's safe to say that 24 won. Honestly, I thought this movie was called Time Story when I first ran into it. I'm glad I searched the poster, the yeah, whatever for it, because I had no clue it was called 24 until everyone started saying 24. I thought it was called Time Story, but I guess when it's dubbed in a different language, they give it a different title. Full disclaimer, I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to time travel, and this apparently has to do with time travel. I'm someone who, if I was to watch Back to the Future now, I would have multiple things to complain about it. Even though it still is a good movie and holds up to this day, its time travel is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. There's only a few things. I mean, you could say Butterfly Effect is a time travel movie, because Butterfly Effect utilizes what it does very well. Even the first Terminator, of course, every Terminator after the fact, it kind of gets off of time travel and so I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to it. I feel like there are rules when it comes to time travel, and a lot of things seem to go away from what is, well, seems scientifically possible. Again, it's a film. They're supposed to go away from it, but I get just because I'm feeling the fact that it's a watch, clock stopper vibes. Anyone else feeling clock stopper vibes? I'm just saying that now. I just want to get that out of the way. So let's see. Let's hope it works. I kind of moved my setup a bit, as you can probably tell by the way it's all that my screen's over here now. I probably need to move the camera to be right above it. Later. I'm constantly just moving everything around. I'm trying to get it all permanent so it can stay without me having to do it move much more, but we'll see what happens. He saw it. He knows it fell. Is that eagle a spy? It better actually be a main story to. So all he needed was a feather. Wow, that's a very advanced crib. It's funny how. Oh, okay. I'm not a fan of them mixing both the cyberpunk and steampunk. Wow, that's an advanced lock. It went from basically Hellboy and that steampunk look to Iron Man. You see black cars rolling up, bicycles. I just assume there's going to be guns and violence. I really assume that's what's going to lead up to. How would the device know that it's working? It's technology. Technology doesn't know if it works. Technology just works or it doesn't work. My computer, well, it'll tell me there's a technical issue, but if it's working, it'll just turn on. It normally, there's no way, especially if you're inventing something, there's no way it would say process completed or successfully working. It has no quantification to know if it's working or not, because if it's never been invented before, how is the device supposed to know if it exists or not? It doesn't have a will of its own. It's a piece of machinery. So he's not even testing it. It just says it's working, and he's going off of the fact that it says it's working. There's no logical reason as to a scientist ever sitting down and doing that. Sorry, I just found that very weird, him screaming that it's working with no proof. You got customers or guests. That hidden room has a lot of windows. I'm just gonna say.
Priya? Priya?
Your wife is being held hostage and you just...
கொண்டோம் 3 நிமிஷம். Just 180 seconds.
Does he have an issue with being born second?
180 seconds. ஒன்னையும் என்னையும் 180 டிகிரி கோணத்துல எதிரெதிர நிக்க வச்சிருக்கு. எப்படி விளையாடி இருக்க பாத்தியா? ஓ டைம் பத்தி ஒன்னோட வேற யாருக்கு தெரியும் இல்ல? டாக்டர்.
I have a feeling they're going to have a lot of time puns.
நீ பெத்தவங்களுக்கு நல்ல மகன். Phoenix Watch
Okay.
Company, India's leading
Just
company.
because he got all that stuff accomplished doesn't mean you couldn't accomplish your own great things. I don't like it when someone's unhappy because someone else is successful. You're my twin brother. I don't care. Like, I have 4 brothers, all of which incredibly successful. I don't compare myself to them. You compare yourself to yourself. You who cares what your siblings do? Even if you're a twin, you are your own person. And it just sounds like he's blaming he's going to be the type of person who's going to blame everything on his twin brother because his twin brother apparently was gifted with everything, which makes no sense. Everyone has their own gifts, everyone has their own talents, and everyone can nurture talents, nurture their own education. Everyone can choose to do what they want. His brother chose to be more educated. He chose to blame his brother for this is just what I'm getting at. This is what I'm getting at. The fact that he's already started off on a tangent about his brother's 180 seconds being born separate from him has thrown his life into array because his brother was born first. Okay, I guess that's the only thing he said there that matters. His brother was born first. All right. That has nothing to do with what you do with your life. I mean, come on.
நல்ல கணவன், பாசமான அப்பா, etc. I am a brilliant villain.
So I think he's happy he's a brilliant villain.
I have come for my watch.
How does he know he was building a watch? Why would he tell him where the watch is? I think he's well aware. It's his brother who apparently he ruined his life. Oh my god. The animation is kind of funny because the what is it? The physics of mass is kind of going a little haywire right there. Like things are just being grown into existence. And it just looks so weird because it's like you are not getting all that mass from right underneath the crib. No way that's coming out from the crib. That's like growing into existence. It's just one genius scientist who knew how to create something out of nothing. He's using alchemy. Mix between science and alchemy.
Sir, watch me that. ஒருநாள் சத்தம் கேட்டது. எனக்கு அந்த குழந்தை வேணும். What did you?
Someone's upset.
எங்கடா அது?
What the heck is with the 0 to 100?
Priya, it's working, Priya. I did it. Yeah, what's embarrassing?
Then again, he has no proof that it's actually working. Oh, come on. I know they're trying to get us to dislike him, but I think he's so over the top. Maybe it improves because apparently this is a critically acclaimed movie. It won an award or something, but I don't care for him as a villain. I'm not seeing it as, well, really that serious. Well, he's killing people left and right, but he's just doing it so casually and it doesn't feel like there's any stakes built up. Maybe I'm just missing something here, but to me, he feels a little lackluster as a villain. Maybe he gets better, or maybe he's not the villain at all. Maybe it's something else. I have no clue about this story. Okay, they really have to explain that eagle thing. It dropped a vase of acid to save his life. There's got to be something, or was it just happenstance? Ugh, that'll be upsetting if that's the case. Or it just happens to have happened that way. What the? gosh. Whatever. Whoa, that's a small train.
Watching.
Ooh, that's some nasty animation. It just wasn't any good. He'd be the type to leave someone alive as they tried to escape. Oh, he's gonna do that later, isn't he? He's gonna do that later. Okay, the movie's just started. Again, it's 20-something minutes in. First of all, the villain, if he's still the villain, he jumps off a train into a look like an empty ravine. I don't care for him. He calls, I guess people tend to, so he's got a genius brother. He blames his brother for all his problems. So I guess he just calls himself a brilliant villain just to make himself feel good about doing something in his life, because evidence to the contrary, he's not a brilliant villain. The whole escape on a chair that is designed in the baby's room to be an escape chair just in case something like this happens. I mean, that seems a little far-fetched. Again, this is a watch being smart enough to know that it's actually working properly without even being tested. Something else that I find really strange, the baby's thing that seems to grow mass out of nowhere to pacify the child seemed a little strange. I guess they're trying to show he's advanced, but everything just didn't fit. It's the steampunk and the modern day Iron Man style that just doesn't seem to work together. When it's steampunk, I love the look of steampunk. I love it when you use steam, when you use the gears. But then this is using the steam, the gears, and then throwing Iron Man's the whole little nanotech into the whole thing, and it's just a little off. It throws me off. But other than that, I mean, I don't know what I think. It just started. So. But it just seems a little strange. But that's a good thing, I guess. So it could be, whoa, that's a huge jump. Watchmaker Street. His son's gonna be a watchmaker, isn't he? Yep, he's a watchmaker. Of course he is. Oof. Whoa, that's all beat up.
அம்மா இத வச்சு என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? இஞ்சி பூண்டு நசுக்கிறது, ஆணி அடிக்கிறது, சேருக்கு முட்டு குடுக்கிறது. எங்க வீட்ல கொசுவ கூட இதல தான் அடிப்போம். இதெல்லாம் கொடுக்க முடியாது. எவ்வளோ வருஷமா தரக்க பார்த்தேன். உள்ள என்ன இருக்குனே தெரியல.
Just get a grinder or a saw.
ஆமா, இவ்வளவு வருஷமா நான்
Don't use your hands, use machinery.
டேய், கிளம்புடா.
Ew.
சூயிங்கத்த கண்ட இடத்துல துப்பாதான்னு எத்தனை தடவை சொல்றது? செருப்புல எல்லாம் ஒட்டுதுடா.
டேய், கிளம்புடா.
That's disgusting. Fun story. When I worked in a warehouse, I had an employee who just spit all over the floor. It was one of the most disgusting things. His reasoning behind it was the floor's already dirty. But we're not animals. We're sophisticated human beings. Yeah, I tried to get him fired many times. But apparently it was that which made management get rid of him. Not the fact that he didn't do his job or that I had written him up to the point where he could have been fired 4 times over. It was the fact that he spit on the floor, which is I wanted to get him fired for safety issues, but no, he spit on the floor. That's what did it. Disgusting habit. I know people do it because obviously, but I know a lot of people do it because it's, you know what? It has nothing to do with this movie. It just popped up and I was like, ew.
Ma. அந்த முட்டை கழிச்சத பொட்டி எங்க?
சரவண வச்சிருக்கான் பாரு.
இந்தா. வெச்சுக்கோ. உன்னை உட்கார வச்சு சாப்பாடு போடுறதா என் மாமன் பொண்ணுங்க வரிசையில காத்துட்டு இருக்காளுங்க.
Hey, a mute girl. Oh yeah, nope.
எல்லாரும் ஏன் செய்கையிலே பேசிக்கறாங்க?
She can speak.
குடும்பத்துல உள்ள ஒருத்தர.
Okay, that's interesting. Dude, are you a descendant of that last eagle? Because there's no way 26 years later you'd be alive.
வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறமா கோமால இருந்து வெளியில வரது ரொம்ப அபூர்வம். But below the waist,
26 years in a coma and no one pulled the plug on him?
His brain function is absolutely normal.
Oh. I have a feeling this is gonna remind me of what was it, Austin Powers, when he gets put on ice and when they wake up Dr. Evil again, and they have all these sophisticated, clean businesses, and Dr. Evil doesn't want to do any of those clean businesses, even though they make money and are corrupt themselves. Like they had owned Leo, they had stock in Hollywood and news organizations, and those are clean businesses. It just wants to do everything evil. Get a tractor beam in space. Tractor beam. Because he looks clean. He looks legit.
எந்த வருஷம் அது?
2016.
Oh, it was 1990 when he collapsed. Nothing a little groomer can fix. Yeah, I stand by what I said. He's a little over the top with everything.
யாருக்கும் வயசானா வாழணுங்கிற ஆசை இல்லை. வாழாமையே வயசாயிடுச்சு மித்ரா. காலத்தை என் கைக்குள்ள வச்சுக்கணும்னு ஒரு மிஷின் பின்னாடி போய் கன்சு முட்டுற நேரத்தில் 26 வருஷத்தை நான் இழந்துட்டேன்.
How did he know what the machine was?
எனக்கு எக்ஸ்கியூஸ் வேண்டாம். சொல்யூஷன் சொல்லுங்க. I want the cure.
அதுக்கு ஒரே வழிதான் இருக்கு.
I'm surprised he's so loyal. I'm more curious about why he's loyal.
In other words, it's impossible. அவ சொன்னது கவனமா கேட்டியா? 26 வருஷம் பின்னாடி போக முடியுங்கிறது அவனுக்கு தெரியாது.
Again,
Watching.
nobody knows but the watch. The watch is the only one that is aware that it works.
இன்னும் ஏன் பாதுகாப்புல தான் வச்சிருக்கேன்.
All speculation. Yeah, to him it's just like yesterday. Project 24.
வணக்கம். டைம் இப்போ 4:42 PM. நான் டாக்டர் சேதுராமன். இந்தியாவில் இருக்கிற எத்தனையோ பிரபலமான
Oh my gosh.
எங்களோட ஃபீனிக்ஸ் வாட்ச்.
And he's got the holograms from Star Wars.
நாங்க பல விதமான வாட்ச்களை manufacture பண்ணிருக்கோம். And as you all know, டைம்ங்கிறது நம்ம கட்டுப்படுத்த முடியாத ஒண்ணு. ஒருவேளை அதை கட்டுப்படுத்த முடிஞ்சா
What was it Einstein said that time travel, like he believed that time travel is impossible. However, to look into time, to look to like, was it the future would be possible? Because it is nothing like, just like if someone gets in a spaceship and travels away, time flows differently depending on different aspects. So if someone was going light speed away from the planet, by the time they returned, 20 years might have happened for them, but it could have been a couple hundred years for us here on Earth. So there is aspects of time and time travel, but it's normally going forward, not backward. To go backward, but he speculated that it is possible to view into the future.
Project 24.
I think it was Einstein. Oh my gosh, the way he's describing everything is rather funny. Okay, this is reminding me of Simba's hair in Lion King.
நான் ஒரு 4-5 இடத்துல நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சவங்க கிட்ட எல்லாம் சொல்லி வச்சிருக்கேன். நான் என் மனசுக்கு ஒண்ணு நல்லா படுதுமா. இந்த வீட்டுக்கு அருமையான மருமக வருவா. தைரியமா போங்க.
Oh, did she step on the gum? Yes, she did. But the gum was white. Why is that gum pink?
இன்னும் ஒரு மணி நேரத்துல எப்படி வந்துரும்?
You'd be back in 5 minutes.
வித்தியாசமா இருக்கு. ஏதோட சாவியா தெரியல.
It's
வாட்ச் அதான் நான் பார்த்தேன். ஒரு வாட்ச் மெக்கானிக் கடையில் வேற என்ன மாதாஜி அந்த பெட்டி இருக்குல்ல.
I'm not a fan how everything seems to be just happening by happenstance. Hey, and now it's working. With a digital interface, of course. It was made in 1990. Like, okay, so if it was just steampunk tech, I think it would be amazing. And because his twin brother is going to remake a new one, I think that should be done with modern tech. I think that's how it should have played out. So he's got the old one that just seems to work better using techniques that have been long forgotten. And his uncle is using techniques that are brand new. but because they just don't work for the device they are building, because a clock uses gears. A clock seems like it would be perfect to run steampunk tech, especially an old-fashioned one. Modern clocks like mine here, I mean, it's just it wouldn't work the same way. I feel like that's how it should have been done, instead of mixing in the Iron Man and the Hellboy steampunk all into one, because it seems very ridiculous and dumb every time I see it. It's like it looks amazingly steampunk, and then the digital keypad turns on. And it was in 1990. They should have committed to steampunk. I guess it's just the little things that seem to be bothering me right now. It's the the watch knowing it's working, the whole escape sequence from the house, the villain blaming everything on other people. It's all the little things that are bothering me. And just like this, it was 1990, and he had advanced technology. And yes, movies have done that many times. Even Flubber was kind of like that, where he created a robot, what was her name, that floated in the air, that hovered and everything, and it was complete, but he didn't know how he made it. It was a complete accident, and she got life because of it. It was just the simple things. But oh my gosh, it's just the little things that are really bothering me. Make it seem really ridiculous, really ridiculous.
5 நிமிஷத்துல வரேன், எங்கடா போனே? அம்மா என்ன திட்டிட்டு இருக்காங்க. 250 ரூபாய். அத ஒரு சூப்பர் ஃபிகர் வந்துச்சு. அது தட்டிட்டேன். அதுக்கு 10% டிஸ்கவுண்ட். 10%? அத விடுடா.
10% discount?
சேர்த்து மொத்தம் 1200 ரூபாய். அதுக்கு வெறும் 100 ரூபாய். ஏய்.
Holographic projection. Okay, so it's not clock stoppers. Clock stoppers, they freeze time.
அம்மா என்ன திட்டிட்டு இருக்காங்க. அத ஒரு சூப்பர் ஃபிகர் வந்துச்சு. அது தட்டிட்டேன். அதுக்கு 10% டிஸ்கவுண்ட். அதுக்கு வெறும் 100 ரூபாய். பட்டா வா. நான் வந்துறேன்.
All right, somebody feels cool.
5 நிமிஷத்துல வரேன், எங்கடா போனே?
மாமனை ஏன் வச்சு 800 ரூபாய்க்கு குத்தியாடா? அந்த 800 ரூபாய் எடுத்து வை.
டேய், எப்படிடா மணி?
இப்படி ஒரு மழை.
சார், உங்க வாட்ச்ல டைம் 10:30.
You're in a clock shop. Look around. Okay, so he's changing time, right? And they introduced when he first got the watch that when he went back in time, he would go back to the incident of where he switched the time to. So he was being thrown back and hitting his head on the window glass every time he turned back time to that exact point. Now he's turning back time and standing in the same spot. This is what I meant at the beginning when I have issues. I find issues with time travel things, because you have to set it concrete. There has to be a set of rules in place that prevent people from making up whatever the heck they want. And right here, they're making whatever they want up. It is just the whole it's I don't know. Maybe the movie gets better, but as of right now, it's just, oh my gosh, make sense. Nothing right now is making sense. It's like they threw everything at the wall. It's like, oh, let's throw time travel in. Oh, it'll be funny if he keeps going back in time and hitting his head on the wall. Oh, you know what? We've run out that gag. Let's not do it anymore. Oh, it's so cool to have steampunk. Oh, it's so cool to have the Iron Man tech. Oh, it's so cool to have holograms. It's so cool. It just, no, just don't be. It's just over the top in every little thing it does. Over the top that it's hard to just take it seriously, especially with the villain not being a concrete, solid, well-rounded villain. He's just a cliche nobody who blames his entire life on everyone else around him. He doesn't strive for anything himself because it's everyone else's fault. I mean, so far, it's just what the heck. And we're in what, 40 minutes in? Something like that. Yeah, 45 minutes in. And it's just that they've done nothing with these characters. They've done nothing to establish the world. It's aggravating. I know this is supposed to be like a well critically acclaimed, won an award, best time travel, but right now I don't see any good time travel. I don't see really anything that structurally makes sense. Hopefully it changes near the end. I know I've run into that in a few films where they'll piss me off, especially in Indian cinema. They'll piss me off for the first hour and a half, and then the last hour and a half, I am loving it. I am absolutely loving it. Because they finally get to the point, because they spend like forever starting out the movie trying to develop things. But right here, I don't see it changing, because they're already changing the rules they established, and it's not really working out well for someone like me, who, when it comes to time travel, I will always complain, because there's always something to complain about when people make time travel movies. Everyone thinks they do it right, and I'm not gonna lie. Probably everything I believed that time travel would be wouldn't be right. There's no way to prove it. But in my mind, logically, there are certain things that would be established that would make sense. I ramble about it quite often, because when it comes to time travel, there are just certain things that always bother me in films. Because they're just like, oh, it's time travel, we can fix everything. They did it in freaking Marvel too, or the Marvel movies. It was absolutely dumb. That's why I hated Endgame. And honestly, why the Infinity War was the last thing I ever cared for. And then after that, I hated every single thing. I haven't even gone back to watch any of them. So it's just like one of those things, when they deal with time, it can really ruin something for me. And it seems like they're trying to ruin time here.
அதுக்குள்ள கடையை திறந்து போட்டு போக கூடாது சொல்லிட்டேன்.
Gonna give her an umbrella.
தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது. 10 மாசம் சுமந்து பெத்த பையன் சொல்றான்ல, எடுத்துட்டு போய்.
At least he's using his powers to keep his mother healthy. Just in time. Clock stoppers. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, I wasn't a fan of that music. I probably just skipped the whole thing. Yeah, for the video, because that was absolutely dreadful to watch. I didn't care for the dance moves. The issue I was basically having is it's trying to... It's taking pride in the fact that it's utilizing any kind of technology it can. He was basically dressed in steampunk. He was dressed in like cyberpunk. He was dressed in all different kinds of clothing to emulate the fact that his watch does everything. And that's kind of that's aggravating to me. The fact that they're trying to take joy in the fact that they're making a simple mistake, a huge mistake in a film. When you do that, it kind of takes away from anything else that's there. Throwing everything, like making one person have everything, it's just kind of Mary Sue-like. And his technology, his watch is the Mary Sue of, you know, watches, I guess. It does everything. And I guess the modern version is not going to be that way. The biggest issue I'm going to have is, it would make sense if it was just steampunk, and then the newer one is made with modern technology, which, because they don't know how to emulate the steampunk technology, because it takes a lot of alchemy to get that kind of thing working. And alchemy is a lost art, kind of, sort of. I don't know. Alchemy is very different for a lot of different things, so... But it seems like his father did alchemy. That's the only way to get this kind of watch to work. But it just... They're taking advantage of the fact that, oh, we have both in this one watch, so let's have him do a dance sequence where he does everything. He's in every type, and it's just like, no. You can... I like it when things are separated, where the villains have one thing, or the good guys have another, or they both have the same exact thing. The sheer implementation of the model, like I know I'm complaining about the same thing, but that's just how aggravating it is. Not only is the time travel, you know, a little bit of a wash already, but it's the fact that they did that with the technology. This is a movie. You can get away with just making it steampunk, but they're like, no, we can't. You know, it's the 1990s. Let's make it smarter than a smartwatch. Let's make it the smartest piece of technology ever created. And yes, Smart people have always been around, yes. But the thing is, just like with the, I hate to bring up Terminator, some things just can't be done at the point in time. Like, what was it? In Terminator 2, they tried to emulate the memory chip that was in the Terminator that they found in the first movie. But it was this giant, massive thing because they couldn't emulate that small thing. So there's no way you could get modern day technology, or especially from the 1990s, to fit in a tiny watch. It just wouldn't work. So it's just the little things. Yeah, but let's get back to it. Apologies. I don't mean to be so picky, but at the same time, I expect more or less. I guess in this case, I expect less and more from a villain. Somebody doesn't know the time.
வாட்ச் உடைஞ்சிருக்கு, சீக்கிரமா ரிப்பேர் பண்ணனும்.
So sad.
கடை பத்திரப்பாங்க.
இப்போ திறந்துருவாங்க.
Okay, I guess it's just for comedy's sake. Why are you, if you don't get, she's just leaning in closer and closer and closer.
வாட்ச் உடைஞ்சிருக்கு. நீங்க தான் உடைச்சீங்க.
வாட்ச் தானங்க. ஒண்ணும் இல்ல. நான் சரி பண்ணி தரேன்.
நல்லா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. நான் 1 ரூபாய் தர மாட்டேன்.
ஓகே பாயிண்ட் போடுங்க.
எப்படி சொல்றே? ரிப்பேருக்கு 1 ரூபாய் தர மாட்டேன்.
நீங்க 1 ரூபாய் கூட தர வேண்டாம். வாட்ச் கொடுங்க.
பின்ன என் தாத்தா எனக்கு ஆசையா கொடுத்த வாட்ச்.
ஓ, I'm a watch mechanic. ஜாலியா கேஷுவலா பேசிட்டே இருங்களே.
Yes, you're a watch mechanic. It's pretty obvious. You work in a watch shop. Wait, did she just change purses? Oh no, it was her backpack.
வாட்ச் உடைஞ்சிருக்கு, சீக்கிரமா ரிப்பேர் பண்ணனும்.
இப்படி ஓரமா நில்லுங்க, வந்துருவாங்க.
That's just a little awkward.
கிளாஸ் உடைஞ்சு போச்சுன்னா வந்திருக்கீங்க. I'm a watch mechanic, madam. இந்த ஏரியால எங்க வாட்ச் உடைஞ்சாலும் அது எனக்கு கேட்கும்.
There's something about him saying he's a watch mechanic is getting annoying.
இந்த வாட்ச் ரொம்ப சென்டிமென்ட்டான வாட்ச். I'm a watch mechanic, madam. இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப
Oh my gosh, did you just say that again?
இது உங்க தாத்தாவோட ஃபேவரட் வாட்ச்.
ஆமா, உங்களுக்கு எப்படி தெரியும்?
I'm a watch mechanic, madam. இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப சர்வசாதாரண.
You know, this is a drinking game right here. How many times will he say he's a watch mechanic? I'll probably put a marker up here somewhere with a ding every time he says that freaking thing.
Happy birthday.
என்னங்க all okay?
என் தாத்தா பர்த்டே சுத்தமா மறந்துட்டேன். டேட்ட பார்க்கல. Thank you so much.
And they've got a red solution. Of course.
Your talent. Rolex. Fancy dress.
Pathetic. Hi, absolutely pathetic.
I'm a watch mechanic. இதெல்லாம் சர்வசாதாரணமா. Please, வாங்க.
I swear, every time he says that, it's hurting my soul.
இத்தனை வாட்ச் இருக்கு? எல்லாம் உங்களோடதா?
Yeah, watch mechanic. Yeah, these things are sarvasadharana.
Any woman that is attracted to a guy like this isn't worth your time. Let me just say that. If she's impressed by you, uplifting yourself, if she's impressed by the fact that you're a watch mechanic and you have to completely say you're a watch mechanic, if you have to impress her by showing off trophies, she's not worth your time. She can be impressed by them, but if you have to do it to get her impressed by you, she's not worth your time. Let me just say that flat out. It's this movie's just all over the place. It's all over the place.
கொஞ்சம் அர்ஜென்ட் வாட்ச் ரெடி.
Yeah, ready. காசுலாம் கொடுக்க வேண்டாம். சின்ன ரிப்பேர் தான். Okay, if you insist. உங்க good name?
சத்யா.
சத்யா. Okay, உங்க மொபைல் நம்பர்?
எவ்வளவு ஆச்சுன்னு சொல்றீங்களா? நான் சீக்கிரமா வெளில போணும்.
Yeah, sure. 200.
He's gonna do something pathetic, isn't he?
என்ன பண்றீங்க?
ஐயோ.
கத்தி எடுத்து டயர் குத்துறது
Oh my gosh. And he needs to stop saying that. This is getting rather pathetic. Like I was having issues with it before, but this went pathetic very quickly. He is not a man. The fact that he has to shower to impress, he has to lie to talk himself up, he has to show awards, he has to vandalize her vehicle in order to impress. Hey, Bolt, it just doesn't. I don't like him. I don't like him. Again, I don't like the villain. I like her, I guess, because she doesn't have much there. I mean, she's has to be quiet at a certain point in time and then can speak at a certain point in time. They've developed her character. The main character, they're developing him as a coward, or not a coward, but just a pathetic human being. And the villain, at least he's got the villainous thing going for him. This guy's got nothing going for him. So I don't like him as a main character. He's just pathetically written. And I don't relate to a pathetic character. I may be pathetic in my real life, depending on other people, what people say, but I don't ever relate to a pathetic character. So I don't like him. I probably relate to her. I relate to her the most. I don't relate to him or the villain. Actually, I think I relate to the Hawk.
கரெக்டான சேஞ்ச் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா நல்லா.
என்னாச்சுங்க?
வாட்ச் மெக்கானிக் மேம்.
Are you okay?
Is that the 7th time he said that?
உங்க வாட்ச்.
ஐயோ, இது ஏன் வாட்ச் இல்லங்க. என் வாட்ச்ல டேட் எல்லாம் இருக்காது.
அதனால நான் தான் டேட்டை புதுசா சேர்த்திருக்கேன். உங்களுக்கு
So
யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும்.
ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ்.
You vandalized a gift that was given to her by her grandfather because you felt that the date would be important. Did you ask her at all at any point in time that she wanted the date feature added to the watch? No, because I have a watch from my grandfather too. It doesn't work, but I wouldn't want it changed in any way. If I wanted it to get working, I would have it get working. But I wouldn't have them change it, because next he's going to add a digital pad to it. Make it look like his time stopper watch. It's just... again, he's doing more that could just be dumber in the long run. I don't like him. I do not like him. He's a terrible main character. Terrible.
Okay. I'm a watch mechanic.
Oh my gosh, and he said it again.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, I'm a watch mechanic, and I am so tired of hearing that. This movie is going to run on for quite a while. Again, I'm going to have to split it into a 2-part. Eventually, I'm hoping to watch a movie, and I will either not like it enough, like Lucifer, where I'm talking the entire time, praising it consistently, or hating the characters you're supposed to hate, or like this one, where I am just laughing hysterically at the fact that things are just not making any sense, or it's just so cringeworthy. I mean, just every time I hear the watch mechanic thing, it's just, oh my gosh, did I say master mechanic? Oh well, I'm a watch mechanic. What do I know? Yeah. I'm gonna stop it. This is gonna be a 2-parter. Stay tuned for next weekend for the rest of this cringe fest. Yeah, we can all cringe through this together, and you can literally see just how painful it is for me to watch this, and hopefully you're getting a laugh out of it, because this hurt to watch. This absolutely hurt to watch. It hurt even more to edit, because it just made me so much angrier as to the fact that I was not only watching it once, not only watching it twice, it was basically like 3-4 times that I'm gonna end up watching this, due to the fact that I'm going through it several times to make sure the editing is done right. Yeah, that's yeah, but that's it for this one. There's gonna be a part 2 coming out next weekend. I think I'm just gonna come out every Saturday. Will be a watch along, and odds are, with how much I seem to ramble and how I'm editing, because I'm trying to keep the story in at this, well, as much as I can, because this movie literally doesn't have a story. You can literally edit in the beginning and edit in the end, and it's the entirety of the story is in right there. You don't need to change any of it whatsoever. Everything that's in the center is all fluff. All this watch mechanic repeating this is all fluff. Everything that's on top of it is all fluff. There's no purpose for it. It's just there just to add to the script. Oh. But yeah, stay tuned next weekend for the second part of this. I need a break. I need a break because I am livid. I am absolutely livid of this. This is why people watch movies, good movies, because the pain, the sheer pain of watching these bad ones. I mean, I'm sure most of you either got mad at me, haven't even made it to the end, or the ones who have, you either just skip to the end to see what I'm thinking. But yeah, this is part 1. There's gonna be part 2. Sorry. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles.